What's up, guys? Back again with another album review for you guys. Today we're going to be reviewing the new album from rapper and producer Nas and DJ Premier, Light Years. This is their first collaborative effort together. They have previously collaborated on a few tracks, NY State of Mind, NY State of Mind 2, Wave Gods, a bunch of other good songs they've done together in the past, but this is their first full-length project together. Nas, obviously one of the greatest rappers of all time, and DJ Premier is obviously one half of the infamous group Gang Starr with the legend R.I.P. Guru. With that being said, let's go ahead and just dive right into it. So, this is Nas's first album since his two trilogies with Hit Boy, Magic, and the King's Disease trilogy. I have the whole Magic trilogy on vinyl. Absolutely love those albums. King's Disease trilogy is also very good. That's the more popular one out of the two, but personally I like the Magic trilogy more. They obviously reinvigorated Nas's career with both of those trilogies. Hit Boy and Nas killed it on all 6 of those albums together. So I'm really interested to see what this new album entails for Nas. This is his first full-length project with DJ Premier, who has produced plenty of classics. So with that being said, the intro track, My Life Is Real, is a pretty solid intro. Nothing too crazy. Nas comes through with a very decent performance. As far as the production is pretty good for this song. Has Benny the Butcher sample chopped in throughout the track, which I enjoy. Big Benny the Butcher fan. But very solid opening to the album. Next song is Get Ready. More of a funky, kind of oddball production. Not a fan of this track. Definitely a skip for me on the album. As we go through, I will kind of break down more so the production, which I honestly think holds the album back, sadly, because it just kind of falls a little flat. Nas does very good. Obviously, he's one of the greatest rappers of all time. He's a fucking genius. But I think the production hinders the album and somewhat hinders his lyrical ability with the album, not giving him as great of a canvas to put his rhymes down on. With that being said, the next track is a pretty solid offering, being NY State of Mind Part 3. Obviously, the first one is iconic off his first album, Illmatic, which is a classic, one of the best hip-hop albums of all time. With Part 3 here, it has a nice Billy Joel sample on the hook that I really enjoy and I think is one of the standouts on the production front of this album throughout the whole project. With that being said, though, the rest of the production layered in here is just not it for me. Nas does a pretty decent performance, but just the production just really is a hang-up for this album that I think we'll see throughout the whole review. Next one is Welcome to the Underground. The production is better with this one, but still a little lackluster. It's got a groovy bass line throughout the song that I enjoy, but it just feels like it's missing a little bit more of that grimy, New York, Bronx kind of production sound. I don't know. It's definitely, this whole project, and especially this song, is definitely a nod and an ode to that early 80s production of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. Kind of that sound. It's a decent track. They definitely are bringing it back old school with this album and with this song in particular. Next song is Madman. This is definitely one of the standouts on the album. Comes through with this super haunting production with some nice scratches that are signature and iconic to DJ Premier's production style. Really like it. Nas comes through pretty aggressive with this song. Talking about just being crazy with his pen game and just how he's seen the game change over time. Very solid performance from Nas, and one of the better production performances from DJ Premier on this project. Next song is Pause Tapes. It's okay. Got a groovy bass line, like one of the previous tracks we talked about. But it is still missing something, dude. It's still missing something. Definitely kind of an ode still back to that more classic original hip-hop sound, that early late 70s, early 80s hip-hop sound. It's okay. It's got this static kind of layered throughout the sound, which I think is unique to the track. It's okay. Nas isn't really saying anything too much of like crazy substance on the track. It's alright. I mean, kind of bland. Next song is Writers. It's got some nice hi-hats layered in throughout the production of the track. It's got classic and signature Primo scratching throughout it. Very good song. This is definitely one of the ones I enjoy more on this album. Nas comes through, very solid performance. It sounds like something that's a little bit more grimy, something that you would hear out on the street when they're doing graffiti or breakdancing is really what this song encapsulates, and I really enjoy that about this track. The next song is Sons/Young Kings. On this track, Nas talks about the responsibilities of a father raising his sons. Previously, Nas had a track similar to this called Daughters on his album in, I want to say, 2013, which is Life is Beautiful. And that was definitely a standout on that album, and this is definitely one of the standouts on this album. It's a pretty solid track, talking about the responsibilities of a father raising their sons and their young kings to grow up, be responsible, and to still be hustlers, but to be respectful and mindful of the streets. Really good song overall, and definitely one of the more unique tracks as far as subject matter on the whole project. Next song is It's Time. Good song. I like the production on this one. Still feels like it's missing a little something, but it's definitely better. It's a little bit groovy. Nas talking about how time flows through him and how he's kind of aged gracefully throughout hip-hop and throughout time, and how his legacy transcends time, which it most certainly does, with the album being titled Light Years appropriately. Very solid song overall, solid performance from Nas. Next song is Nasty Esco Nazir. This one's crazy. Definitely one of the standouts on this album. Crazy track. I really like the production on this one, and I really like Nas's performance. It's grimy. It feels just good, dude. I mean, it's just fucking awesome. Nas just delivers this really haunting, gritty performance. DJ Premier has these good hi-hats and snare layered into the production. This nice string that is just eerie and haunting in there. It's a very good performance from both of them, and I think this might be the best song on the whole project. And I think they also did release the video for this as the lead. Very good song, definitely the best on the album so far. Next song is My Story, Your Story featuring AZ. AZ is a frequent Nas collaborator, dating all the way back till Illmatic. It's good. I mean, it's still, like I've said, the biggest hang-up with this album is the production, sadly. I was expecting more of that wavy kind of, that Wave God sound, or that, that street scratch, sound. Instead, this is very like stripped back production on this project. I was expecting more of that street, grimy, eerie, early 90s sound, and instead they took it back. I mean, late 70s, 79, 82 fucking sound, where they're still digging through the crates and shit looking for samples to fucking scratch the records on, This is just, I don't know, something's missing. I mean, it's just missing. It's not exciting. The production just needs to be better, and that's really sad for me to say because DJ Premier is one of my favorite producers of all time. He has so many great credits, not even just with Nas, but other artists from Biggie to Gangstar to Royce, the list goes on and on. So it's kind of sad to see that he's not really taking as many risks creatively as I feel like, but I feel like that's also perhaps what they were going for, is more of that stripped back, really classic sound. But that's not what I was wanting. I was wanting more of that Wave Gods sound from their collaboration with A$AP Rocky and Hit Boy a few years back. I love that track on Magic 1. But it's okay. Yeah. Next song is Banquet to the Ladies. This is a real good song. Tribute, obviously, to the ladies out there in the crowd to dance, get up. It's a very fun track, very nostalgic feeling, very early 80s. I really enjoy this one. Nas talking about respecting women and how important women are in his life, and it has some really good production in there, some good scratches from Premier, and a really nice sample that I really enjoy, that I think's fun. Next song is Junkie. It's got some really nice strings on the front end of this song, being very present throughout the whole track. Nas comes through with a very good performance, talking about relating his love and his addiction for the rap game and how it's kind of evolved and changed, and relating that to drug addiction with pills, and how people struggle with that, but how he struggles with his love and addiction for the rap game, but also seeing it change over time to it starting off as this fun thing, but now it's getting more grimy, more street, and more hood as time goes on. I really like this one. I think it's some unique subject matter for Nas, but also feels very at home for him at the same time, if that kind of makes sense. More so newer, it's more so updated. Let's put it in that context. But it's a very good performance from him, and definitely a solid track. Next song is Shine Together. It's okay. It's got this nice crescendo in there that's interesting, but still just a tad bit boring. I mean, it's just stripped back still, missing some of the bells and whistles that I know Primo can provide, and he does. It's okay. I mean, just another Nas and Premier track. Next song is Third Childhood. This is a sequel to Nas and Premier's second childhood from Stillmatic in the early 2000s. Solid track to end out the album out on. It's okay. I mean, it's nothing too special, but definitely a solid way to finish the album out. Nas talking about how he's kind of reinvented himself and kind of kept that old style, but brought it into this new generation, how he keeps rebuilding himself and being reborn over and over again. And that's what I love about Nas, is that he can always keep that old sound and that same consistent lyricism from the past, but just update it and bring in new voices and new stuff. Even though this project, I think what really held it back was the production being so stripped back and so, late 70s, early 80s sounding, of just simple hi-hats, simple snares, and some light scratches in there, and a funky bass line, which is okay, but I want some nasty Nas stuff. I wanted, that grimy sound. overall, I mean, it's just one project, but I much more prefer Nas's collaborations with Hit Boy. But instead of this album, was definitely fun listen though, for sure. But it just fell a little flat. I mean, it's a Nas listen, so of course it's gonna be interesting. You always got to tap in to hear what Nas says, but it just fell a little flat in my opinion. It was definitely missing something. So, but overall, 3 best songs on this album are My Life Is Real. Then I would say Madman, or no, I'd say My Life Is Real, Banquet, and then I would say Nasty Esco Nazir. Those are the top 3 songs in my opinion on the album. And then this album overall will get a 5 out of 10 from me. Fun listen. I definitely suggest listening to it. It's a Nas project. There's always something good to be taken from a Nas project, no matter what. There's always going to be some gems in there from Nas. But overall, I feel like it really lacked on production because they decided to go with such a stripped back sound. But obviously, I think that was a creative choice from them. But I just would have liked a little bit more grimy. But very good experience with the album. Until next time, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Check out the other social medias, TikTok, Instagram, and check out my book if you have not yet, The Simplicity and Complexity of Life. Until next time, guys, peace out.